What's up everybody, it's Broken Bones here and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today we're going to be showing you how to make a fully automatic mud farm. This farm simply takes dirt and turns it into mud. And this automatic water bottle filling system makes it to where you never need to worry about water bottles ever again. So all in all, this farm is pretty simple and powerful. However, everything that you see over here is my Universal TNT Blaster. As you can see, I have all of my mud feeding into my Universal TNT Blaster, and I highly suggest that you build this, and if you don't already have one, then I'll leave a link up in the top right hand corner to that tutorial. The Universal TNT Blaster is something that you're definitely going to want to build, considering that you can put so many farms into it. And on my channel, I have a playlist with all the farm tutorials that go into this Universal TNT Blaster. So far on that playlist, I have the double cobble blaster, and we also have the double basalt blaster, as well as the super simple concrete converter, and then this week we are now doing the fully automatic mud farm. And for you guys, I'll leave a link to that playlist up in the top right hand corner. But with that being said, do you guys have to build the Universal TNT Blaster? Absolutely not. You guys don't have to build this big thing. However, I know most of you guys are probably looking for a simple mud converter just like this, and that's perfectly fine. You guys can harvest your blocks however you like. However, because I am suggesting that you guys do build the Universal TNT Blaster, I'm going to be showing you how to hook it up using these piston pushers. So if you guys are excited to get started, then go ahead and smack the like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get started with the tutorial. A material list will be down in the description. To get things started, you do not need to worry about chunk aligning your farm. As you can see, mine isn't even chunk aligned. I think it's actually splitting a chunk right there, and it's so small and nothing's hardly happening here at all, so you don't really need to worry about that. Go ahead and place it wherever you like. If you're planning on hooking it up to the Universal TNT Blaster, then I've also left a link to that tutorial down in the description as well as earlier in the video. And over here we have these piston pushers that get the blocks to the farm. So if you built this tutorial, then we ended the tutorial right here. We kind of showed you how to build those piston pushers, but I'm going to show you once again just in case you want to hook it up to this. So once you've got to this point, next you're going to go ahead and put in your first piston pusher. You can put it in that direction, or you can put it off in this direction over here, and you're going to want to be 12 blocks away no matter what from this area right there. That block right there is what you want to be 12 blocks away from. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That is 12 blocks away from that area. We're going to go ahead and place in a 13th block right there. We're going to take ourselves a piston and we're going to put it on the bottom of that, so there's 12 blocks in between that piston, and the blocks from this piston should go right underneath that piston so they can get pushed down. So once you have this in place, then go ahead and destroy all of your temporary blocks leading all the way back to your piston over here. And then once you have this piston in place, go ahead and place a block underneath that one with a redstone torch right there. Place yourself on a temporary block right there with a sticky piston on the top, and you should see that it extends like that, but it comes back down when you break that block. And go ahead and place yourself in some redstone dust in right there. Then what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and place a block in right there. We're going to come down here, we're going to place a block in right there, and then a block up like that, so you have a 1 block gap right here. Over here we're going to grab ourselves a piece of glass. We're going to go ahead and go just like that, so it staircases up and completes that up. Then take yourself some redstone dust and go ahead and go here, here, and all the way up to there. And you should see that anytime that you place a block here in the front, it does get pushed out. What we're going to do next is we're going to grab some observers here. We're going to go just like this right there. We're going to go over here as well and go ahead and put one right there, and then just put a block right there and a block right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to speed it up just a little bit. In the Universal TNT Blaster tutorial, we did not add these observers and blocks like this because it is dependable with just the redstone block up here, and it is not just dependable with only the observers. However, the farm is a little bit slow with these piston pushers, so we've added the observers to make it a little bit faster to keep up with all of our farms. So once you have this piston pusher built, then you can go off into each direction. You can go left or right from this one, and you're going to have pistons facing in from that one. However, you do not need to be 12 blocks away from that piston. You only need to be 7 blocks away. So as you can see, we're only 1, including that observer, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that piston is only 7 blocks away. And what the heck, we'll show you how to build this one too. Let's go ahead and destroy this one out right here, and let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 7 blocks away from that piston. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to go ahead and place an 8th block. That's where our piston's going to go. So go ahead and go just like this, so where it's facing in that direction. As you can see, that's lined up right with my mud right there from previously. So now what we need to do is we actually need to make it to where this mud can come in here and get pushed out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and place a block on the side of our piston. We're going to place a block underneath our piston. We're going to place a redstone torch right there, and then we're going to put a block right there on the side of it and some redstone dust on top, and that is it, all done and dusted. You should see that if you place a block right there, it does get shoved forward just like so. And if for some reason your blocks aren't coming in from the right like mine are, and they're coming in from this direction, then all you have to do is break out this block and that block and go ahead and switch sides. Just go ahead and put a block there, there, and there, and then go ahead and put yourself some redstone dust in there, and it'll do the exact same thing. And with these two piston pusher designs, you can pretty much zigzag your blocks all the way from as far as you pretty much like. As long as you can keep this thing loaded, you can push the blocks to it. So go ahead and plan out where you want your farm, and then once you have your piston pushers hooked up to it, I'm going to be building my farm over in this area because this is where my piston pusher is. And so to get things started, we're going to come 7 blocks off this piston pusher because that's how far you need to be. If you're building off that one, then you need to be 12 blocks away. So we're going to go 7 from this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to place an 8th block right there. We're going to turn around and we're going to put the piston on the 8th block just like that. You should see that the blocks getting pushed out should go right in front of that other piston. Then you can go and get rid of all of your temporary blocks. Now once you have your first piston in place, just as a disclaimer, I want you guys to know that you guys can mirror this build. We're going to be building just like this off that piston, and so you can take everything from here, move it to that side, take everything from this side and move it to that side. If it happens to work better for you for spacing, because I know one side's bigger than the other, you guys can flip it around if you want. Just mirror what we're going to do. I'm going to be mirroring this design, so we're going to be building the exact same one over here in this area. So to get things started, we're going to go ahead and place a block on the front of our piston right there. Go ahead and come down by one and then break that one out. We're going to go ahead and place a block right there, a block right there, so we have this L shape right in front of our piston. We're going to place a temporary block there and one up just like that, so we have just like this. Once you have that in place, go ahead and grab yourself a dropper. Go ahead and place that dropper facing over your piston just like this. Then go ahead and take yourself a button and put it on top of that dropper. It doesn't have to be a stone button, it can be any button of your choice. Then go ahead and grab yourself a hopper, come over to this side, and go ahead and crouch place yourself a hopper into the side of that dropper just like so. Grab yourself some redstone dust and you're going to place it in there just like that right there next to that block. Then you're going to take yourself an iron bar, go ahead and put a temporary block there and put an iron bar right up there like that. And this doesn't have to be an iron bar, it needs to be any floating block that would stop you from placing another block on top of it. So as you can see, I'm trying to place a block, but it won't let me. So a candle of anything that you can see through that would stop you from placing a block will work just fine right there. And then once you've got that in place, go ahead and place yourself one more block out right here. And we're gonna go ahead and take ourselves a redstone block up in this area right there, catty corner to that one, so we can place a repeater in front of it. And now anytime that we place a block right there, you should see that it gets shot out forward. Once you've tested out your farm, break out your temporary blocks and then come over here by this redstone right here. You're going to go ahead and place yourself in a repeater on one tick right there. Place a temporary block down there and a redstone block up there like that, so that repeater is powered. And then over here on this side, go ahead and place yourself in a temporary block right there next to that repeater. Then grab yourself a dispenser and face it in that direction and break out your temporary block. Next, underneath your dispenser, we need to come around to this side. We're going to go ahead and come down here by a block. We're going to come down by another block and place one out here just like so and break out these two temporary blocks. Grab yourself a comparator and put it in there just like so. Then go ahead and put a block out here like this, and a block down here like that, and a block right there, and a block right there, and a block right there surrounding that block, and then you can break that one out. Then go ahead and grab yourself a repeater, and you're going to go ahead and leave that on one tick facing in that direction just like so. Grab yourself some redstone dust, put it there and there. Then what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and grab ourselves a redstone torch, not a water bucket. We need to grab ourselves a redstone torch and put it in right there. Then what we need is we need to go ahead and take ourselves some hoppers here. Go ahead and grab yourself a hopper, and you're going to go ahead and crouch place it into the back of that comparator there. So go ahead and come over here, look at the back of the comparator, and go ahead and crouch place it into the back of that one. Once you've got that hopper in place, you should see that the nozzle of the hopper is leading right into this comparator. And then once you have that complete, then off of this block right here, go ahead and place a temporary block with a dispenser off the side of that one facing in this direction just like so. Grab yourself a hopper and then go ahead and crouch place a hopper into the back of that dispenser right just like that. So your dispenser should be just like this, facing just like so. Then grab yourself another hopper and you're going to put it right into the side of that one just like so. Then once you've put that hopper in place, then go ahead and come right around back, and over here by the dispenser, you're going to place in an observer looking in this direction with the red dot facing away from that dispenser. Then you're going to come in this direction, place an observer faced on that observer with the red dot over here, then come down below and then place another observer with the red dot facing down. Then go ahead and place your block in right there so that observer powers that block and ultimately powers that dispenser. Then once you have all that in place, grab yourself some glass, go ahead and put yourself in a glass block on the front of that dispenser, and then go ahead and surround it on all sides just like this, and then you can go ahead and break out your temporary block in the middle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a glass block right there to fill up the gap. We're going to bring this all the way up one block above our hopper right there, so go ahead and do that on all sides. Go ahead and bring this all the way up just like so. Then once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and encase this hopper here. Go and come in that direction, then crouch, place yourself a piece of glass on top of that dispenser, and that should leave the top of this hopper open just like so. Then grab yourself a water bucket or a couple water sources, and then you're going to fill up just this side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 just like that, and then the water's going to flow on top of that hopper. Once you have that complete, grab the rest of your glass, go ahead and put 2 glass on top of it just like that. Once you've placed in your glass and your water's all capped off, then go ahead and come down to your comparator down here underneath your observers right there. We're going to open up that hopper right there. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves 4 filter items. I'm going to use sticks. You can put any item in there except for glass bottles pretty much. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take ourselves glass bottles. We're going to put those in right there just like that. That's going to go ahead and drain out into the system. Then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and come right over here. We're going to go ahead and take some glass bottles and we're going to load them up right in this dispenser down here. And you should see that all 9 slots are filled up. You do need to have all 9 slots filled up. And as you can see, this one is still filling up from the filter that we just programmed. So next what we need to do is we need to go ahead and come to this dispenser up here. We're going to grab 9 water bottles here and we're going to go ahead and throw those into the system as well. Once your system is full of water bottles and glass bottles, then go ahead and come on top of this hopper here and go ahead and grab yourself a shulker box or a barrel and go ahead and throw it on top and go ahead and fill it with dirt just like that. So once you have that in place, then go ahead and look in here, and if you want to go ahead and test your farm, go ahead and grab 1 piece of dirt out of there, and that's actually what the button is for on top. You can actually go just like that and it'll give you a piece of dirt. And then once you have your system full and all fully programmed, then go ahead and grab yourself a shulker or a barrel and go ahead and toss it on top of this hopper right here leading into this dropper and fill it full of dirt. And then the dirt will start draining into the system, and all you need to do is press this button and it'll give you a piece of dirt. Then from there you can go ahead and crouch, and then you're going to go ahead and hold your place button just like that, and you should see that we get tons of dirt coming out and it should be turning into mud. And you're also going to notice that right here we're going to have this glass that gets pushed out because that's what was holding the water in before. Go ahead and remove that glass so you can take that back, and the mud will go ahead and seal it from there on out. And then once you've removed your glass, you can go ahead and build whatever block storage system you want, or you can build this Universal TNT Blaster and run your blocks into it just like I have. And if you've done that, as you can see, you want to double check to make sure that all of your blocks are making it into the farm all properly, just like so. And it looks like my storage system over here is actually starting to overflow. And because there are so many different farms and blocks that you can push into this thing, I'm going to suggest that you guys go ahead and build some 1-wide tileable shulker box loaders directly under here. I have some really nice looking shulker box loaders, and I'll leave a link to those up in the top right hand corner. And then once you've tested your farm and you know that all of your blocks are making into the Universal TNT Blaster just fine, your farm is complete. This machine is small and fast, it's quick and easy to build, and it's so useful in your survival worlds, and I know you guys are going to love it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you guys did, be sure to smack that like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take it easy, everybody.